Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Eladin Bar. I'm the CEO of Robot Lab, and today I'm with Nicola from Generation Robots, a multinational company that focused on robotics. And today we are going to talk about Smart Pepper, a great software that we bring to the US that makes Pepper smarter than what it is out of the box. Thank you, Nicola, for joining us.
Well, thank you a lot for inviting me, and hi, guys.
Yeah. So Nicola, can you tell us a little bit about the background, why you developed Smart Pepper, where the need came from?
Yeah, sure. Well, just a word about our company, Generation Robots. We've been on the market for the last 10 years. We are family owned. Our owner is still our CEO. His name is Jérôme Laplace. And Jérôme was actually one of the first beta tester of the little brother of Pepper, the Now. So we've been working with the company producing Pepper Now for a long time. And the background of Smart Pepper was that when you buy Pepper, it comes with a software, which is called Choreograph, where you can program things yourself and can access many of the features of the robots, like the motions, the cameras, the sensors, etc., etc. And we've been selling Pepper from the beginning with this software. And what we realized is that customers were asking us a lot of questions about how to do anything basically with the robot. And we came slowly to the realization it would be interesting for people to have a software where a non-technician could really start to make its presentations, dances, entertainments, and different modules very, very easily. And slowly we started to create the first version of Smart Pepper. And Smart Pepper is an application which consists of 19 different modules. And we've done it like when you buy a car and you want you want special polstering on the seats. You would like something
better audio or better this. Yeah.
Exactly. So we said if you want to buy a Smart Pepper, we will give you the framework, and you can select which module you would like. The modules are independent, and it's very easy to enter what the robot will say, what the robot will display on the tablet for Pepper, how the robot will move. And so it started like this. At the beginning, it was local on the robot. So you had basically to be next to your robot to be able to change anything. And maybe after I can show you a little bit how it looks, how it looks like. Now we have put it on the cloud, so you can manage a fleet of robots with our cloud solution. And we can go into each module and change whatever you would like the robot to display. And then you can, the next day when you plug your robot in, you can have everything on Pepper, and Pepper will start doing the things.
Great. Can you give examples of like some of the modules? I mean, what are we talking about?
Yes. Let me just open my screen. I will just check how I can share here my screen.
At the bottom, there is a share screen. It's a big green
share screen. Exactly. Sure. Do you see it?
Yeah, now I can see the screen.
Okay, so let me put a little bit the camera here. So the way it is you can see here a first robot, Pepper. At the moment, it's offline because you have a red dot. If it were online and I would be connected with one robot, then it would be green. And you have here the different configuration that you have on your robot. On the same robot, on the same paper, you can have many different content in all the modules. Let's say, for example, you're a bank or you're a university and you have two main departments. Then you could have the whole content for one department on the first configuration, which is called here smooth. And then on a new, you would have another one. And you can very easily switch from one to the other, depending where it's your robot, by just activating or taking it off. If I go into the modules, you will see.
So just to make sure that I understand, each configuration is like a different setting. So I can take the robot, move it to a different place, and click a button, and now it has different skills, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because like this, you could say, for example, let's say you are a teacher and you would like to, you have a class and you're teaching something. So you've configured your robot and the presentation and the quizzes and the FAQs differently. And then now you have to go, and there is an open doors for universities where they would like to present the universities, or just a trade show. Then you have to put another content. And instead of erasing one and doing a mix and match, you just create another configuration, and you can do as many configurations on one robot as you want. So it's quite easy.
Great.
The modules here that you see, you have a little button which tells you that you can launch the application, and then Pepper would start playing the different things that you've configured. The way we have put them is in alphabetical order. So you have two main types of modules. So one is modules like appointments, for example, dances, FAQ, guess me, guide, hangman, delivery. All these are little modules maps. I will go quickly on top of them. So you can see here all your possibilities. Mm-hmm. And the second type of things are how you configure the way that Pepper will answer you or will display the different things. That's why you have here the menu, which is appearing as a little hamburger menu. You can, all of them come with an explanation. Here it says that you can change the volume, you can mute it, you can disable voice recognition, because sometimes on a trade show you don't want the robot to discuss or not. You can change the language if you have a multi-language robot. You can custom CSS. So you have parameters that you can configure very, very easily, which you normally, to do all this, would take you a very, very long time to program. And the main advantage of Smart Pepper is that you take it just as it is. You put your own content, your own corporate ID, your images, your videos, and you're good to go to start. Let me show you, for example, we have hotel module. We call it hotel, but it could be the different branches of a bank, for example. On the left, we have the language. On my robot, because we are in France working with Germany and the UK, we have many language on the robot, so I will put it easily in English. Mm-hmm. And then you see on the top, you always have a dialogue, which is the sentence pronounced by the robot, and I can change whatever I want. Like, for example, here are the branches of our, I'm not gonna make some Elad bank, for example. And when I just click outside of the box, you see that it's been successfully updated. Mm-hmm. This is what the robot will display, because before it was what it would say, now it would be what it will be displayed. So branches of Elad's bank, and I'm getting out, you see. Yeah. And then the content would be, here you can have picture in this module, the name of the branch, the address, the phone number, and the description, which will appear on the tablet of the robot, but also will be talked by the robot. The Pepper will say that it's located near, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And you can add as many branches as you would like. The way we've just done it is basically how most of the modules are working. So this is to show branches, for example.
So, for example, if I'm a university, I can use it to show different like faculties or different buildings.
Absolutely, absolutely. It goes very, very well with another module, which is called Team. And in Team, it's you can see it's exactly the same way to do it. Dialogue, display, content. It's very, very intuitive. You have an introduction. So let's say I would like in a university to say who is responsible for computer science. I just had before the module to show that we have a computer science department and where it is. Gotcha. And then now I will show who in the university is, for example, the main teacher, the main professor. You have his picture or the team, and then the name and a little description of what this person is doing. So it's very good to show complete team members, company directory, universities, departments directory. And as you see, it's very, very easy to do. You just upload a picture and then you type the names and the content, and it's quite intuitive.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you say dialogue, do we expect the user to talk to the robot, or just click the screen, or what's the interaction looks like?
So the interaction is like I don't know. I will have here. I'm not sure if you can see.
Yeah, maybe if you can stop your screen share.
Oh, sorry.
Then the video will be louder.
Sure. Let me find.
Okay, let's have fun.
Yeah, on the top there is. Yeah, here we go.
Exactly. So it's a little bit difficult maybe to see, but
no, I see it perfectly fine. Yeah.
Anything else I can do for you?
On the robot, you have different menus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I go in information. So you show me the products.
Here's a wonderful team. You want me to talk to you about who?
So that was the team that I was showing.
Balance Juniors developing intelligent behaviors.
I just muted 2 seconds. So the interaction is either you select something on the tablet and you just touch and click, or you just talk to the robot, and the robot will, depending on the keywords you have chosen, where I say team, which you can obviously, let me share my screen again here. I go here.
Yep.
And here, for example, if I had asked Nicholas, then he would have shown me the name of the person. So the interaction is very, very smooth. Next to the modules, you also, let me go slowly. You have what we call small talk, which are sentences that you can ask the robots, or you can say independently from any modules you are in. For example, you can say, see you tomorrow, Pepper, and then he will answer, see you tomorrow. So you can add a lot of interaction, main question that people are asking, and you can add a lot of, are you intelligent, are you clever, are you a robot, what can you do, how old are you, can you serve coffee, etc., etc. It supports the Naoki dialogue, so all these little brackets you see.
Yeah, based on the dialogue's syntax.
They are syntax, exactly. So random things or variables, if you know, then and we explain it in the documentation, then you can, of course, say the robot can answer different things so that it's not always the same yes, no, blue sky, but a lot of variations. And the principle of smart paper was this. So you have basically information modules, which are frequently asked questions. You can have different categories of questions on Pepper's tablet. In each category, you can add as many frequently asked questions as you would like. You have the appointment module, which is when someone comes and asks for, I have a meeting with you, Ella. Then you have presentation. So Pepper would do a presentation. I will launch a presentation now to show you here, but also stop sharing.
In the presentation, it goes into like slideshow and like verbal description of the slide.
Exactly.
Concerning Germany, our blog, marketing, anything else I can do for you?
Information.
What do you want to know?
Products.
Here's a wonderful team.
Yeah.
Anything else I can do for you? What do you want to know? Here's a wonderful team. Balance style. Anything else I can do for you? What do you want to know? Which presentation do you want to know about? Awesome! Pepper, the robot from Software Robotics. It's designed to be used in professional environments and integrate into them as naturally as possible. I am an attractive and endearing humanoid robot. Thanks to me, you can attract, welcome, entertain, inform, and guide your visitors. I am able to collect data to measure customer satisfaction and to study customer opinions. I can also inform and offer recommendations about your products and services. Thanks to my numerous sensors, I can see and detect people in my environment. Thanks to my design, size, and humanoid behavior, I am easily accepted by everyone. My touch screen increases my capacity to interact and enables me to provide more information. Here it is. I hope I've learned you more about me. Anything else I can do for you?
I will just mute him. 2 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, so I can totally see like you know, universities or schools using that back at the entrance. I mean, our university was established in 1842, and you know, we have this and we have that, and then collect some information, or you know, you have an appointment. You know, the I don't know, registration office is, you know, right over there. You know, we have you know, different faculties and like a presentation for each faculty, and some kind of like a, you know, a chat. So, you know, what would you like to know about the university? So we want the business users to be able to control that without any coding. That's the
Exactly. And if you couple the modules with, for example, you have the ability to show a complete map of a building, in each floor, where is what located. We have a satisfaction survey. So exactly, for a university, you just had a big event and you would like to know if the people were satisfied or not. Then you can use this satisfaction survey. We have a kind of opt-in module where people can leave their name, their email addresses, and we also, when we request any information, then you have the little box to for the Data Privacy Act that you accept to leave your details. So it's quite it's very useful because you can program and change everything you want very quickly. You can play videos on the robot, images, and of course you can see the different interaction with it. So it's very flexible.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, we have several universities that are already using that, but maybe we can you can share with us a little bit, what you see from the background. What are the most exciting, features or like modules that people really love and really engage with?
Yes, the presentation is definitely a hit because we've been selling Pepper most of the time with the presentation module. The satisfaction survey is very useful. The quiz, so because you can personalize, customize the quiz, and not to forget that we always advise customers to invest in the entertainment modules. We have memory games, we have dances, we have selfies, because the interaction is, even if you want to be very serious, people love to interact with the robot. They love when it starts to dance. They love when it starts to do selfies, to propose you to do selfies. The memory games and the different games we propose, you can personalize them to, for example, we have a Guess Me game where the robot will show you an image and you have to guess what it is. And then you can customize this to your university colors or nice team or etc. So not only the very useful modules like presentation, but the fun one are also where we see most ice breaking with a robot. Because at the beginning, you and I are working daily with robots. For us, it's very normal. But many people are like, "What the heck? What is this?" And to break the ice, this is quite good. We noticed also things like the weather app, or announcing the menu in the canteen, what will be at the restaurants today. Are things that are really, really liked because it makes the robot very human, and people simply like it.
Yeah, and it's relevant to current time, current place, which is really good.
Exactly.
So let's say I purchased that. I'm at the university, and I want to show my administration that it's working. People are engaging. Are there any statistics, or are you collecting data on the interactions with the people?
We have statistics and in interaction that you can see how many people have interacted in which modules, how many people have left their data. If you have a satisfaction survey, what have they answered, so that you have the results. In our satisfaction survey, you can even talk to the robot, and the robot will record. It's like you talk to me, and I just record what you say, and you can get this as well, so that the robot was useful, and you can show it. In Europe, we sell it often with 2, even 3 languages. So not forget the aspect of in the States, you could have it in Spanish, in German, in French, in Dutch.
Yeah, obviously Spanish. Yeah, I mean English and Spanish are dominant.
Even if the software itself, the cloud is in English, there is absolutely no issue to input Spanish content. If your robot has a Spanish language installed, then it speaks Spanish.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I mean, so I totally see that. I mean, I need to present to my dean, why he invested so much money in the robot and the software and everything, and just coming up with a presentation showing like all the breakdown is great.
Well, we've seen here there are 2 kind of universities buying the robots. The first kind is they would like to do research with programming in Python and etc. But still doing this, you have to show some results, and having Smart Pepper to present those results is also a very good thing to do, because just to redo the presentation app will take you quite some time.
Sure.
And the second type of universities are the one who are working a lot with machine robot interactions, cognitive functions, and they like a lot the ability to be able to put different tests on the robot very easily, different presentations, different questions, and that's how they use Smart Pepper.
So you can create, for the first type of universities, you basically take, you do your research, human-robot interaction or whatever, and then you use the robot as a presenter to explain what it did, right? So I tried this and I tried that, which is really, really nice. And for the second part, let's say you're doing, I don't know, some research in psychology, for example. So you can have different, how did you call them, scenarios, like at the beginning?
Yes.
Like a big, bucket. So I have like a, in one scenario, the robot is really accommodating. I'm just, making it up now. In another scenario, the robot is really meany. So, you want to measure the length of interaction and, the reaction and these kind of things. And you can have both of them, installed in parallel, just turn on one, turn off the other one, and you decide, how the whole thing works, which is really cool, really easy, making, the researcher's life really easy.
And also, I mean, in my opinion, two killer functions are: one, you can still program any apps you want on the robot next to Smart Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
It would
meaning
work.
choreograph or whatnot.
Using choreograph, you can program whatever. So some conflicts might arise if depending on what you do, but generally there is no issue.
Okay.
So it's not locked. It's not what I want to say. It's not a locked environment.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is, and now with the cloud solutions, we offer, as you know, we offer the ability for people to test and have a license for 10, 15 days.
Yeah.
And if they like it, then they can buy it. So it's absolutely no risks to test and then just try on your robot. What happens often is it helps to revitalize Pepper. If you have a Pepper for like 2 years and you've done your research and you moved on something, then you can still revitalize your robot and do something very useful.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. So what's coming up next? Where do you see the Smart Pepper project goes forward?
In Europe, the Python version is not sold anymore, so it's more the Android version coming out, and we see the development to integrate chatbots, interactive chatbots like with Dialogflow or these kind of things, and still adding a couple of modules on Smart Pepper. At the moment, we have the request from some clients to add personalized modules. So we'll see if we will put them in the main catalog or not. Gotcha. Most of the developers for Pepper are selling something which is a little bit different from Smart Pepper. They always do, from what I know, very customized things for one client. And Smart Pepper you can use for any clients. You just take it.
Yeah, that's great. I can't wait to see, what's like coming up next. Thank you very much, Nikolai. I appreciate your time and the walkthrough. It's really exciting, and I can definitely see how this software can make Pepper more relevant and more useful in practically no effort. If you can edit a PowerPoint presentation, you can make Pepper do things, present, talk to your customers.
It's a great analogy, and Elad, thank you very much for inviting me. If you guys have ideas about development and stuff like this, we're always open. So it's been great working with you. And
awesome. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care, Elad. Thanks.